Assumptions are everywhere. These are just things we think are true or not true, but we haven't validated them yet. And projects are no exception. Every project has some kind of assumption about parts of it. For example, you may assume that the drop down menu to filter a website will automatically update based on the values you put in some other system. You might assume on a construction site that the materials will always be placed in a certain area. Now, these are just a few high level examples, but every project has these assumptions, and if they are not validated, they can cause a lot of pain and frustration for the project. For example, if that drop down menu doesn't update, suddenly the website might not work. And if materials aren't put where you're assuming they will be placed, you won't be able to build the thing you want to build. So, part of project planning, whether it's waterfall or agile or hybrid, is to go through assumptions to understand them. Work with your team to identify every assumption that they have, no matter how big or small, and then to try to validate them. Understand which ones are really important to make sure the team understands yes, the dropdown will work this way, or yes, the materials will be placed here. Now, there might be some assumptions that are so small or so uncommon that you just write them down and acknowledge we're not going to dig into them. But you still want to have this discussion with your team and stakeholders so they all understand the assumptions that are in place and can react accordingly. For example, I might not think a specific assumption is that big of a deal, but someone on my team may point out it really is. I want to have that discussion before something happens that disrupts the project so the time spent figuring out our assumptions and then validating them can really save us a lot of headache in the long run. So, next time you're on a project, take some time to write down every assumption that you're making about your process or tools or team and then validate them. Work with your team to ensure what you're assuming is true or not. And it's going to save you a lot of headache going forward. Hope you enjoyed learning a little bit about assumptions. If you have questions or comments, drop them down below. I'll be happy to respond. And please like and subscribe. I'm looking forward to seeing you in another one of these again soon.